Hey guys, Czar here, checking in with you. Late on Friday, 3:15 p.m. So we're in the last 45 minutes of the Friday session, and what a rally it's been. This is the 1 minute chart looking at VWAP. Tempted to drop this thing now, and on a short, but not going to do it. Not yet, until we get some more structure here. If we do, then I'd be looking for some kind of a structural reversal trade here. But I need to see a few more things first. Not the least of which would be a break of pivot below this EMA. It's really an ATR EMA, but basically very similar to a 20 EMA. If you just take a look at, what should I show you here? There's a 20 EMA, so yeah, essentially the same sort of thing. I'm just in a red mood today, so I'm going to show that line. All right, prices have now dropped and closed below the EMA. This thing could drive down pretty hard after this big run up, but that's fine. It can go without me. I did capture a couple of quick micro scalps on the way down here, but I don't usually show those because it's impossible to teach that stuff, so I don't do videos on them or anything like that, at least not now. I might find a way to be able to teach it, but it has a lot to do with just many years of experience and working with momentum and candle anatomy and so on. All right. Watching now. Look, here's an example. Right now, sell stop. I'm not going to do this, but I want to show you a trade that I would absolutely take right here. Yep, right there. If we break below, equal RR to 1-to-1. Okay, in this trade now, I'm not actually in it, I just wanted to show you. Stop behind current candle. Still stop here, above current candle. Getting ready now. Stop to break even. High chance of being stopped out on this one, and that's fine. Still in. It's got to cross. Or there you go. Okay, so that's a break-even trade, right? Break-even scalp. You got to be willing to take lots of those, but I didn't take that. I just wanted to give you an idea of this kind of momentum play here on the 1 minute chart, just for fun, just for giggles, as they say. Sometimes something else is coupled with the giggles. It's not just giggles; it's something else in giggles. Think, well, you can say that on YouTube, right? It's true, but I like to keep things nice and PG on my channel. That's just me. I have no problem with people who want to curse, and I've been known to doing it a few times if I get angry or something like that myself. Occasional curse word for impact, I think, is an important thing, but not necessarily just when you're looking for candle biology. All right. Now, if we can get a nice pullback here, this is what I'd be looking for. Because we are in the last hour, last 45 minutes, almost last 40 minutes coming soon. It's 3:18 right now. Here's what I'm looking for. This is an impulse wave down. I'm looking for a corrective wave of some sort. It can go all the way up to here. It can even match, equal this high, or it can be, this would be a nicer one for me. And then a drive down like this. I would be taking this. This is real simple stuff, guys, right? Right there. Because that would be a 1, 2, 3 confirmation of a change in trend. This is not a real trend line. Let me give you something more realistic. Now, I don't use diagonal trend lines at all in my trading. I did for the first few years of my trading and realized that they're pretty much useless. They don't really add a whole lot of incremental value, and I'll debate anybody on that. Actually, I won't, because I don't care, but people can use whatever they want, and that's just fine with me. So this would be a break of a trend line, a rally failure to meet a new high, and then a break below previous low, prior low, which is that one right there. So why don't we watch this happen together? All right, I'm going to put you on pause for a moment, bring you back as this thing develops. Here we go, pause. All right, guys, here we go. I actually stepped away for a moment and almost missed this here. Dropped down a little prematurely. I actually stepped downstairs for a moment to check on something. And this thing's breaking down. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is put a stop sell right under here. So now only if we break down from there, in other words, this candle flipping itself, would I be interested. As a matter of fact, this market's been so strong today that what I'm going to do instead is wait for a closing 1 minute candle below this marker here. So I'm going to move this out to the side. I'm just adjusting here on the fly on purpose because this has been such a strong rally and I'm just taking it all in here. It looks like it's resurging now. But I do want to show you this. This is important. The reason the secondary reason I'm considering this structural play here in the last almost half hour now, it's 37 minutes left to go in the session, is because of this. Notice this is a 4-hour chart on the left-hand side, and it's a 1 minute chart, the same one we're looking at on the right-hand side. We are at key resistance here on the 4-hour chart going back many, many, many days. You see each of these days here, it's 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day, 6 day, right? So we're going, well, let's just give you the dates. December 13th, another resistance at December 1st. And then we go back here to November 15th. This is very key resistance. Now we've broken through, but there's still an hour and 35 minutes left in this candle. And this candle's not going to close today, the full 4 hours, because we only have 36 minutes left in the session. Right? So this is important. It'll be incomplete. We actually don't know if it's going to reject and this thing reverse all the way down again. We just don't know that. We don't need to know it. What we do need to know is that it's at a point of decision on the higher time frame. And I always like to refer to the higher time frames as being God, right? Do you want to trade against God? The answer is probably no. And you don't have to believe in God, by the way, to understand that analogy at all. So again, I'm looking for a close below this blue line. And if we don't get that, so look, we're retesting that trend line again up there. Clean up some of this stuff here so we can just focus on price action. Here we go. See that retest of that trend line there? So here's what we actually got, right? It's just a cousin of what we drew out originally. Is boom, boom, boom. I'm going to go like this because the line looks a little nicer. And now we may get this drop down below. You ready for it? I won't put that there yet because we're, like I said, waiting for a 1 minute close below that line just to be more certain. Just over on my own platform here, getting my orders ready. Sell stop. Not live yet because again we're waiting for that close. I'll put you on pause until we get that. Okay, here we go. Save you some time. Alright guys, I'm back and you'll see this thing is still creeping along here above that line, right? We're waiting for that thing to break. If it does. If it doesn't, there's no trade. So it's no big deal. We're just kind of doing the waiting game, which is what trading is all about. Hurry up and wait, as most of you know if you've been trading for a while. put you back on pause here, guys. All right, guys, we're back, and now look at what's happening here. We basically have a double top as this price moved all the way back to here. Let's clean this thing up. Let's get rid of this trend line. Let's get rid of the CMA, ATR EMA, and let's now look at this from the standpoint of what we talked about earlier. Now that price has made it all the way back to here. We've kind of ranged around here a little bit, but we're back to that decision point that I mentioned earlier. Remember that? This one right here, breaking up above, it's going to run into another resistance right about here. So this is going to be a real key point of decision, especially here on a Friday going into a weekend in very, very vulnerable times. So when you think of the psychology of the players here, what are they thinking right about now? Watching closely on price now. Trying to decide if I want to trade this double top here into weakness from a scalping standpoint. And I may. Let's take a look here. I'm trying to feel this thing out a little bit. It's been a very wishy-washy last 15 minutes or so. Yeah, sell stop right there. Sell stop right there. Just over on my own platform, I've just gone live now. Just gone live on that sell stop right there. Waiting for the drop on this double top. I'm a poet. I kind of knew it. Waiting for the drop from this double top. Pretty sure I made that up right now on the spur of the moment. And it's going to become very big in the lexicon of trading. I'm in now, guys. As you can see, we just had a nice little drop here. I'm into this trade now. Looking for 14 points, 1.6R. Getting ready to move my stop now, tighten my stop to the top of the current candle. I've done it on my own platform right here. Very high chance of being stopped out. I'm okay with it. Focused. 281. Stop to break even. Patience. Patience. Stop to there, above current candle wick. I can't move the marker any further, so I'll just use that line there to illustrate. And stopped out, guys. Stopped out right there. Quick 4.5 points. And let me just check my own platform, see what I got there. Yeah, 4.5 points. Perfect. That was really accurate. Okay, I'm going to stay with you. I think there might be another opportunity coming up here any moment. Take that out. Plus 4.5 points. Very whippy and indecisive now in this late hour. It's 3:41. Watching. This really is a bit of a clinic on micro scalping in an environment where we're not getting a whole lot of setups for, at least for my normal style of trading. I will remind you that the VIX is now below 20, right? Now it's not the NASDAQ VIX. NASDAQ VIX is probably around 24, so like, let me just check that now. NASDAQ VIX is 24.5, and so 24.5 points. But the standard VIX, S&P 500 VIX, is 18.44. That does not bode well for most traders, scalpers. Just watching this market, guys, for the next opportunity, if there is one. Selling now. No. No, I'm not going to take this, guys. I'm not going to take this. Not loving the way this is looking right now. Maybe it will drive now. So instead, here's what I'm going to do. Best way to illustrate it, I think, is like that. If we get a break, I'm in. Sell stop. Oh, it just happened and I actually missed it on my platform. I'm just going to be straight up with you, but I might get a chance now to get in. Yes, I will. Sell now. Market. Boom. In. In now. At the same price as this. 85.50 in my case, a little bit lower. All right. Stop above. Going for 1.5 to 1. Fresh buying coming in. Not loving that. I'll move this over so you can see which candle I actually got in on, which is that one there. 85.70. I got a better price. Right there. Focused. Getting ready to manage this thing potentially. We'll see. Stop above current candle high. Very, very small stop. Tight. Stop to break even. Very high chance of being stopped out. Target is actually the bottom of this body here. It's my phone alarm there. Focused. and hit. I was hit on my platform. So my order was actually a little bit higher. Right there. I'm just going to give you my actual fill so you can... And there it is. Okay. So that's 2 wins. Is at 11.75. 11.75. Making some money here on the close. After a whole day of sitting, doing nothing. Now this thing's dropping. And so now, if you remember, our original trade idea, guys, was a break of this area, break and close below here. Prices actually rallied up, and we still were able to get the lion's share of this move down in 2 separate pieces, right? We get the 4.5 points here. Remember, we were actually in profits for more, and then we got stopped out on the way up. And that was fine because we actually protected from this whole move here, which may have stopped us out. And then the drive down. That was a nice little campaign. Watching, stop sell below for a quick 10 points. Getting ready, watch out now. I'm in on my platform. Just moving my stops and targets here. This is not my actual stop. That's just the way the market goes. Be right above. Rejecting a little bit there. Darn. Come on. Driving down. Alright, I got stopped out of break even on that one, guys. I brought my stop down real quick. Didn't even have a chance to say it, but I got stopped out of break even. I'm happy to show that to anybody. Nobody ever asked me, but I'm quite happy to show those things. Whenever I don't say something in time, I'm always willing to show my executions. But again, nobody's ever asked me, and I appreciate that. I think they can sense the level of transparency. All right. So that was a break even. Made 0 on that one. Let me check my actual execution on that. I lost 64 cents. So that's a break even. Anything under a couple of bucks is a break even. Both sides, by the way. If I made $2, I would also count that as a break even. All right. Watching now, guys, watching. Here it is, my realized profit. P&L is a minus 64 cents on that trade. So, break even. Looks like we're going to drive down now anyway. But without me. It's just the truth. A break-even outcome there. You know, guys, I'm done. I'm just going to watch this for a second, and I'll tell you why. In 15 seconds, an algorithm is going to kick in, and you're going to see this thing jump. Are you ready? I'm going to count down for you, and you're going to see it. 3 seconds. 2, 1, watch. Boom! You see that? That's what I'm talking about. Happens every day. Guys, thanks for joining me. I want to wish you a very, very happy weekend, and it's been an interesting week. Very few trades for me. just no real setups, but you had these few scalping opportunities here this afternoon on break of structure. If you have any questions about why I took those and how I took them, I certainly will. I think I covered that in the beginning, but I'm happy to answer that question for you. It goes back to the structure here and the rejection, and sure enough, we're getting that wick rejection there. Okay, guys, great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Take care now. Bye-bye.